Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to begin with lesson number 13, Introduction to the Internet. Firstly, we are going to discuss the basic network types. LAN, it stands for Local Area Network. WAN, it stands for Wide Area Network. MAN, which stands for Metropolitan Area Network. Some other network categories include SAN or Storage Area Network, CAN or Campus Area Network, PAN or Personal Area Network, and DAN or Desk Area Network. Let's learn more about the Internet. Internet is also called the super network or the meta network. Together it is known as the interconnections or network, and that is Internet. The popular connection use like phone line cables, optical fibers, and satellite links. Following the protocols guarantees smooth operation between the connected computers in the network. File Transfer Protocol (FTP) or Transmission Control Protocol (TCP) and Internet Protocol or IP are important features of network communications. In the figure, you can see what an internet connection and communication between different types of servers and clients may look like. Computer communicates with the help of IP addresses. This is just like students are given roll numbers in a school for attendance and examination purposes. If one computer knows an IP address of another one, they can talk with each other and share resources. Just like if we know the telephone number of one person, we can talk. As computers use binary or machine language to interact, the IP addresses are represented into binary language internally. Usually, the IP addresses takes 32 or 128 bits, binary digits. There are two standards of IP addresses: IP version 4, IPv4 and IP version 6 or IPv6. Majority of the computers with IP addresses have IPv4 address. Some computers have started the new extended version called the IPv6 address system. The IPv6 uses 32 binary bits to create a unique address on the network. An IPv4 address is expressed by 4 numbers separated by dots. Each number is the decimal representation for 8-digit binary number. It is also known as dotted decimal notation. An example of IP address and its decomposition is shown in the figure. Here you can see an inbuilt modem. ISDN dial-up connection. The second type of internet connection is through an ISDN or Integrated Services Digital Network. This connection is also called the dial-up connection. However, this is a high-speed connection that requires special digital type of dedicated telephone line. As the digital information to analog and vice versa conversion is not necessary, the connection speed is improved. Since this connection type uses dedicated lines, it is costly. Further, a special ISDN line as well as the ISDN modem must be installed at the customer's location. The ISDN dial-up connection operates at the speed of 128 kilobyte to 256 kilobit. The connection can only be provided by landline phone companies and therefore is being phased out. Direct internet access or leased line connection. Leased line is a permanent connection generally used by larger institutions, corporate and government agencies. It involves establishing your own internet connection and paying to have a direct full-time line with the network, which makes sure that such a connection is faster, but it also means that it is more costly. It is personalized and dedicated line of connection which is always on. Here in the figure, you can see a coaxial cable and an optical fiber cable. The coaxial cable is made up of a copper wire inside, which is surrounded by some kind of insulation, which is again surrounded with a copper mesh. And finally, outside we have a insulation which is usually made out of plastic. So this you can see is a rather complex structure. There are multiple types of coaxial cables. Then is the optical fiber cable. The difference in the optical fiber cable is that it has no such features, but it is tightly wrapped around so that all the signals or the light or the data can bounce around its walls with total internal reflection and then travel further at a very high speed. Here you can see the example of a wireless internet connection or a USB data card. Domain name system. There are multiple types of domain names that can be allotted to your website, and they depend on the type of organization you are. Com is usually allotted to commercial organizations. However, they can be used for any website. Gov is used for government organizations. ORG for non-commercial organization. Edu for educational organizations. Info for information. MIL for military organizations. Net for large networks. Co-op for cooperative organizations. INT for international organizations. Aero for air transport organizations. Domains can also be based on geographical location. For example, IN stands for India, AU stands for Australia, US stands for United States, JP stands for Japan, PK stands for Pakistan, CA stands for Canada, HK stands for Hong Kong, NP stands for Nepal, CN stands for China, and UK stands for the United Kingdom. Here you can see what a World Wide Web connection may look like, from the page of a client to all the data transfer that happens in between. Now let us learn about the web browser. To see content on the web on the computer screen, we require an application that retrieves and presents the content on demand. As discussed earlier, we identify this application as a web browser or simply a browser. Browsers generally work with web. However, with private networks, one can use such applications. The web browser was invented in the 1990 by Sir Tim Berners-Lee. It was called the World Wide Web without any space and was later renamed Nexus. The main objective of a browser is to retrieve and to present content of the web to the user. Browser identifies resources from URI or Uniform Resource Identifier. The most commonly used URI starts with HTTP and then colon and identifies a resource to be retrieved over the Hypertext Transfer Protocol or the HTTP. Many times you can see HTTPS colon. URLs beginning with HTTPS indicates that the connection between the client and the browser is encrypted for security purposes. Now let's learn about some preliminary characteristics of browsers. Browser must be able to deal with multimedia information, as the web content may include text, numbers, characters, symbols, audio, video, and animation. A browser must be user-friendly by providing good options on the screen. These options include space to provide URI or URL, file operations like save file, navigation, operations such as back and forward, other buttons such as refresh, bookmark, help, etc. Later we will explore such operations. Now let's learn about Firefox. Firefox is an open source browser available for free from the Mozilla Foundation. http://www.mozilla.org/. The code of the Firefox is freely available to view and modify. While sharing such software, the major expectations are to widespread the application as well as to invite comments, modifications on the applications. In the figure, you can see the main home screen of the Mozilla community where Firefox browser is available for free download. As shown in the figure, you may download the appropriate Firefox browser by clicking on the link given in the page. The website also provides tutorials on the web browsing using Firefox, emailing using tools called Thunderbird and Mozilla Mail, and other Mozilla products. Once you install the browser, you can use it. Your browser may be available under Application menu or placed as a shortcut at the top margin of the desktop screen. You may lead to the start page if you are using the browser first time. This is shown in the figure. Every time you open the browser, you need to enter the address such as google.com. You may set this page as a default page by doing the following. Select Tools, then Option, and finally click on General. Give the home page address, which will become your default page. When you start the browser, this page will appear. From the screen shown in the figure, within the Google search option, you may write keywords for search. For example, if you want to find out about schools in Gujarat, type these words in the Google search bar and you will see the result. It is possible that when you try this, the output may be different from what is exactly visible in the figure. The screen in the figure was taken on Windows OS, while the screen in another figure is taken from the Ubuntu 10.4 OS. Observe that the look and feel of the browser on both operating systems is exactly the same. Okay everyone, that is it for today. We are going to continue with the rest of the chapter in the next class.